Hello friends, I'm Dr. Britesh Makkad and today I'm starting a new lecture series on class 12 physics which is based on NCERT syllabus. I enjoy this subject, so I thought why not to share this whatever little I know about this subject. And the question first you should ask me, or should I answer you, is that why you should watch my videos. You should watch my videos because this is nothing but a story which I'm going to tell you. You know about the Panchatantra. So the message, each story in a Panchatantra had a message, and you remember all those stories and the message because you like these stories. So this is also the story of physics which I'm going to tell you. I would like to make it very simple and effective. I would like to use a lot of examples in real life, you can say, situations, so that you can very easily understand and remember for rest of your life, right? So in that connection, today I'm starting with the introduction to class 12 physics. That's my first video, and as I've already indicated in my YouTube channel also, I've been making YouTube videos for quite a long period, but starting with the class 12 physics from this video onwards. I'm MTech from NIT Allahabad, and I'm in this teaching for the last 23 years. And let's see how I can make very easy and effective the teaching of class 12 physics, right? So in this video, I'm going to cover the following points: that what is science, what is physics, why do we study physics, what do we study in class 12 physics, and how to study physics, right? So this is the introduction lecture, and from next lecture onwards we will start with the unit 1 of class 12 physics of physics part 1, right? So I'm going to discuss NCERT syllabus, which is common for Gujarat board as well as CBSE. So I think these videos will be useful to both the students of Gujarat board also, that is state board also, and CBSE board also, right? So first let's see what is science. So whatever is happening around us, people were very curious about it. Some people were very curious about it. So they observed the nature, and whatever was happening around nature, it was happening in a particular manner, in a particular fashion. So they tried to find explanation about why it is happening. So those who study the laws of nature are called scientists. Or in short, science is nothing but the study of laws of nature. Suppose apple is falling from a tree, then the gentleman Newton studied why it is falling, and then he tried to explain, and then he proved experimentally also. So that's why it's called Newton's law of gravity, right? So science is nothing but the study of laws of nature. Whatever is happening around us, we study, and if we are curious and we try to find out, yeah, there is a definite pattern, yeah, this is happening every time like this, and we try to find out why it is happening like that, then that is the study known as science. As you already know, that science can be categorized broadly in you can say physics, chemistry, and biology. So physics is the study about physical world, the thing which you can see, which you can touch, we can perceive. So this study of physics is study from atom to study of the galaxies, right? So the whole, you can say, it goes from 10 raised to minus 12 meter to hundreds of kilometers, thousands of kilometers, right? So the study of physics is very vast, and as you already know, the physics is nothing but the study of laws of nature, where you are going to study the physical world. So that's why it is called physics. Of course, the question is, why do we study physics? Of course, the funny answer is that we study because it is there in class 12 syllabus. You would like to score good marks, you would like to get admission in my good professional courses, and that's why we would like to study. So that is a you can say a funny part of it. But on a serious note, we do study physics because we would like to understand why certain things are happening in nature. So fundamental understanding of what's happening in nature has helped us a lot, and that's why we study physics. Second point is, if we know certain laws of nature in a physical world, then we would be able to predict certain phenomena, right? We would like to predict about weather, we would like to predict about lot many things which is going to happen next, right? So previously people did not know about the eclipse, they did not know about the tide and ebb, they did not know about earthquakes, right? The seasons. So now we are having knowledge, and day to day or hourly forecast is available. So that is possible. Prediction of physics, prediction of what's going to happen next is also possible if you know the physics. Third very important thing which we use very you can say frequently is that a lot of new technology is built based on physics. So what all physical laws are there, we exploit those laws and make something useful for society, and that new technology is developed day by day. So we have come a very long from all those we were living in forest, and now today we are living in our comfortable apartment with lot of facilities. So all those developments, new technologies are possible with the help of physics. So we would like to understand physics so that we can develop new you can say technologies. And one more added you can say feature why do you want to study physics is that the study of physics leads to the development of mathematics. The mathematics and physics are like your left and right leg. If you want to move ahead, only one leg moving forward is not sufficient. So development in physics leads to development in mathematics, development in mathematics leads to development in physics, and that's how the overall science grows, right? So these are the points why do we study physics. Now what do we study in class 12 physics now? So broadly I would like to discuss the, you can say, outline of the syllabus, part 1 and part 2. So class 12 physics is divided into two parts. Part 1, where we learn about first is about electric charge, and fields. Then second unit is about electrostatic potential, and capacitance. The third unit is about current, electricity, the fourth unit is about moving charges, and magnetism. Next is about magnetism in matter, about magnets. The next is about electromagnetic induction. Seventh unit is about AC current, we call it alternating current. And the last unit is about electromagnetic waves. So these are 8 units of physics NCERT part 1 in class 12, and in part 2 that is unit number 9 is ray optics and optical instruments. Then next unit, that is unit number 10, is wave optics. Unit number 11 is about dual nature of radiation and matter. Next is about atoms. Next is about inside atom, that is nuclei. And the last unit is about semiconductors. You have semiconductor electronics rather. Where material, devices and simple circuits are covered, right? So this is what is there in class, you can say 12 physics part 2. So part 1 and part 2, total 14 units are there, and these 14 units basically cover the major you can say section of physics. Now these are the units of you can say class 12, but if you look at physics in general, the physics are having, if I would like to classify in general, irrespective of any classes, what do we learn in physics? So in physics we learn first, we learn about classical physics. We can say big picture. And you can say quantum physics. That is study of very small. Right? Now quantum physics is something which we are going to discuss. It's not there mostly in class 12 physics. Of course we have atoms and nuclei, but not much is discussed. So quantum physics is something which is what is happening inside subatomic level. Inside atom, inside nucleus, what is happening, that is studies in quantum physics, and that is beyond the scope of I think class 12. So mostly we learn in class 11 and class 12 the classical physics. Now classical physics have, you can say majorly 4 you can say areas. First is mechanics, where we study about motion. Then electrodynamics. Most of the part 1 of physics class 12 is electrodynamics, where we are going to learn about electrical forces, magnetism, magnetic field and something like that. Then third is nothing but rays and optics. And next is thermodynamics. So out of this broad categories, I think mechanics and thermodynamics are majorly covered in you can say class 11 physics, and this is mostly part 1, and ray optics is there in part 2 of physics, right? So these are the various categories. Each category leads to a specific, you can say, professional course. Say mechanics is a part of mechanical engineering. Even civil engineers use mechanics. Electrodynamics, electronics engineers, electrical engineers, they use electrodynamics. Even in IT and computer engineer also require basics of electrodynamics. Rays and optics is also the field which is leading to, and thermodynamics is something which is now thermal engineering, mechanical engineering. So thermodynamics is very useful to it. All the topics which are there, they people or students find it very, you can say, strange or difficult, but they are all from our day-to-day life. Whatever you are using, say mechanics, you are using a vehicle to move from one place to another place. So all the, you can say, quantities or behavior related to it, you can relate very easily. Electrodynamics, you use a lot of electrical equipment. So if you relate your day-to-day example with the knowledge of electrodynamics, you can very easily understand. Rays and optics, you watch a lot of television, you receive signals through Bluetooth, and there's mobile signals through GSM and whatnot. So the knowledge of it is going to, you will be able to relate to the knowledge and the equipments which you are already using. And thermodynamics, you are very, you can say, frequently using thermodynamics when you use anything in kitchen, or when you are using an air conditioner for, say, it's refrigeration rather. But the concept of heat and how does it behave is something very useful. It is also useful in the automobile engineering. We all are using our two-wheelers, bikes and cars. So these are the things, what all related to all these units, all these areas, we do use them in our day-to-day life. The only thing is we would like to relate to whatever we learn in this topic to all those day-to-day life examples, and then the things will be very easy. See, whenever we learn A for apple, then that apple is something which is giving you the picture, and then A, if you relate to apple, you can remember those that alphabet for a long. A dyslexic child is not able to relate to that, he is not able to relate A to the apple, that's why he is not able to comprehend how to write A. So in physics also, if you relate a concept with all this real life examples which you already use in day-to-day life, then your you can say journey is going to be very easy. You are going to enjoy the physics, and physics is something which is logical, it is mathematical. If you understand, you don't have to mug up. It is just 1 plus 1 2 or 2 plus 2 4. So it's as simple as that, and that's why I enjoy learning physics, because once you have understood thoroughly, then you don't have to mug up, and at any time of the life you are able to use the concept, reproduce it, and help others also with the same, right? So that's the overview of physics. Now the last question which I wanted to cover in this video was how to study physics. So that how to study physics is very important. Now physics has to be studied in a particular fashion. First, an example. Real life example to introduce the topic. Then the concept behind that example, that behavior. Then you are supposed to understand the, you can say, laws plus mathematics behind it. Any formulas, mathematical formulas related to it. Also various units and symbols related to it. So you take an example just to introduce that topic, through which you understand the concept, then you understand the definition, laws, mathematics, formulas about it, and then it's a jigsaw puzzle. So you then get the big picture, and then you can say solve problems of wide variety, and then practice, practice, and more practice. And that's all. So the way in which we are going to study physics is quite simple. We'll introduce the topic with real life example. Then we would like to understand the concept behind it. Then we would like to have the definition or law governing it. Then what all units or you can say formulas which are explaining that concept. And then we'll derive some, you can say, derivation from it if there are. And then we'll solve problems of wide variety, and then we'll practice. So that's all about how to study physics. And in short, this is the introduction of class 12 physics NCERT, right? So I hope you are going to enjoy the videos. You want to watch videos because in a quick time you would like to get grasp of the topic. And the good thing about video is that you can watch it n number of times, and if you missed a point while you can say listening to your classes, to your professor or teacher in a class, then maybe you missed that, and maybe you forget to ask. But in YouTube video you can very much rewind it, and you can see it again, and at the same time you can ask question also through comment section. So that's all I wanted to cover in the first video of introduction to physics of class 12, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll be you can say soon I'll be launching the second video, and that is going to be unit 1, introduction to electric charges and electric field. I hope we are going to have a nice you can say interaction through the comments and your suggestions, right? So that's all. Thank you.